Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Thursday. How are we doing? Man, you find some weird stuff on TikTok, don't you? Holy shit. We're going to finish this base off tonight, guys. And then I think we'll continue with that las carbine we were doing yesterday. That's the plan. That is the plan. This has been varnished. As you can see, it's nice and matte. If you don't use Tamiya TS80, do yourself a favor and get some. It'll make you look. You'll look at your models and you'll be like the first time I did it, I was like, how has that improved my paint job? But it does. It does. I don't know why I changed water pots. We want that one. So just be working with metallics now and some washes. Tattooed Zoologist, how are we doing? Happy Thursday. Let's just clean that brush out. Had a little bit too much water on it. $50 arches. Man, that's crazy. What type of techniques do you do for these displays? Are you doing any dry brushing at all? I'm assuming doing like a massive diorama, there would be no edge highlighting. These bases are just so nice. You could paint these in a multitude of schemes. I was thinking how you could paint them in like a Mechanicus red and they would look fantastic. I was thinking how you could paint it in a mid grey. So like start from a standard Mechanicus grey and then you could paint this great black. That would look really cool. Maybe I will have to do a few. Need to be careful with this step because we have varnished, so we don't want to ruin that nice matte black lip we've got on the base. Speed paints and dry brushes. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Getting a Ninja Turtle. Oh, you're paying for a comp. That's sick. Which Ninja Turtle? All of them. Ah. Are we talking just the 4 or are we talking Master Splinter as well? And Master Splinter. Nice. No. I've left the paint I want at the studio. I'm an idiot. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? All right, we need that to dry. So whilst that dries, we'll continue with the las carbine. And when it's dried, we're going to add a shade. And then because these are just for bases, I don't actually edge highlight any of the metallics. And just leave them. Just leave them like that. You could, of course, like go all out with these bases and like highlight them back up and do all that type of stuff. But I think that looked pretty good just like that. So we will continue with this. I painted a lot of my Van Saar with just regular las guns, which are highly accurate single shot weapons. And it works really good. I tend to pin a lot of my enemies when I'm playing them. But it's difficult to just take them out of action. So I'm going to try the las carbine, which has the chance of hitting multiple times, up to 3 times. Little less powerful, little less accurate, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If I get this, I don't know if I'll get this finished tonight. Maybe I will. If I get this finished tonight, we'll start on the Blood Angel tomorrow. Dominion Zephyr. Yo, Spoon Handle, how are we doing? How's your stream? What are we up to? Welcome, Raiders. Just painting some Van Saar at the moment. So we'll eventually be doing some live Necromunda games. And I've got a heap of Van Saar gang members painted. Painting Stormcast, Prosecutors, nice. Which Storm host? We finished this guy on stream not too long ago. But we're doing some bases for him. Just waiting for that metallic to dry so we can add a wash, but this is meant to be sort of my like commando-esque type of guy. I unfortunately painted another set of grenades so we could have multiple grenades, but I lost them, which I do a lot. We've got a heap of Van Saar gang members. Like I got this champion who's got some pretty serious firepower with his las cannon. This is a full fine cast model from Forge World. I think is Forge World still a thing? I know it is. But yeah, really enjoy painting Necromunda and Van Saar. You're all very much just like a hero, every single model. Also, Raiders, if you got any questions, just shout out. Does often look like I'm lost in the hobby source, but I see all of the questions. Cool. While that dries, we will add a shade to this base. I think I just used null on the brass as well. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. classic null oil too. This is classic null oil. Liquid gold. Imagine having some of the best shades out there and then discontinuing them. Wild. Absolutely wild. So silly. Like, it's obviously some sort of, I don't know, business change somewhere along the line with who is supplying the paints, but it's not even like the new. It's not like I say new. It's no longer new. But the new null oil is not even remotely close. All right, once that dries, that base is done. We don't edge highlight it back up. They're just bases. So they'll just end up looking like this. That's the finished product. I've got a bigger one here. I did a bunch of white bases on my Van Saar. And I think I'll eventually replace them, but I'm just not looking forward to them. Now these are Necromunda bases. You can buy these separately, completely separate. Yeah, Necromunda bases, they're sick. Come in 24s, 32s, and 40s. But the 40s only have one pattern, which is silly. The others have like 4, I think. It's 4 or 5. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they've only got one pattern. Like, see that cross in the middle here? It's the same base. All right, that base is done. We're going to just continue with this because I was saying before, I painted like 4. Painted 4 guys for my Van Saar with las guns because a las gun is sort of the standard weaponry for Van Saar and they get them for cheaper. So I think a las gun is standard 15 credits and Van Saar get them for 10. I think Escher get them for 5, which is insane. Like getting las guns for 5 points is nuts. We do get las pistols for 5 instead of 10 as well. So las guns are really, really super accurate single shot weapons. And this, even though it looks like a very similar weapon, you can tell by the top, slightly different, is a las carbine. And it acts more like an auto gun. So you get more shots, but you don't get as good a short range accuracy. In Necromunda, each weapon has a long range modifier and a short range modifier. Some weapons aren't affected by either. As you can imagine, a sniper gets a better modifier when you're firing at the long range and not inside the short range. An auto gun, which is similar to this las carbine, has a short range of 8 inches. So you get +1 to hit inside 8 inches. Anything outside, you don't get a positive modifier. The las gun has a short range modifier of 18 inches. So anything inside 18 inches, you get +1 to hit, which is, it's nutty. It's actually nutty. And both only have a range of 24 inches. However, the reason I'm painting this las carbine is because I have played a handful of games and I found that I was able to pin my targets reliably. So you hit them and then they look for cover. So I was able to pin them really good because Saar are very accurate and the las guns are very accurate. What I struggled to do was take enemies down from range, unless I was using a super powerful gun like a plasma gun. So I want to try out the las carbine with Saar's good accuracy and see if it plays a little bit different. It does cost 5 more credits. So it's 15 credits instead of 10. But a lot of the time I used to put a hotshot las gun pack on my las guns. So there were more credits anyway. Post lift. Thank you for all the likes over there on TikTok. Adicha, thank you very much for the follow or the sub on YouTube. Sounds a bit weird, eh? Grogu, I am painting up some Saar. So I was just chatting about it. I'm painting up a las carbine to change over one of my las guns on one of my gang members. I got 15 Saar painted, which is a lot. It's actually a lot. And I will continue to paint more. I really want to paint this guy up. He's going to be my one of my close combat guys, which Saar not very good at close combat, but have a good morning. I'm having a good evening post lift. I live in Australia, so it's 8:30 p.m. I've had my morning. Do I magnetize? It depends on what the model is. So this guy here, which is the guy that's going to get the las carbine, I didn't. I believe I just blue tacked the arms. You can see them wobbling around. So I think they should just pop off. Oh, actually, I blue tacked it all. There you go. So he'll end up getting this. Saar, like Necromunda models, they're very small. I could probably use 2 mil magnets. I've got some now. I didn't have them when I first started my Saar. Or you could pin them. So like this guy's pinned. This dude here is pinned. Got a little bit of blue tack in there to help hold it, but he's just got a pin in his arm. In case I plan on changing weapons around. As people that play Necromunda would know, you can arm your guys with a variety of different weapons. And it's not just the stuff that comes in the box either. if you want to, you could like put a bolt gun on a Van Saar model, which like lore-wise probably doesn't make a ton of sense because they use a lot of energy-based weapons. However, tabletop-wise, Van Saar with a bolt gun would be terrifying. Right, cool. Some of the models I have glued. So like my medic's glued because he's not going to change. He's Borgie. He's always just going to be a medic with a las pistol. Yeah. Look, I've got some 2mm magnets somewhere. Yeah, you could use some 2mm magnets if you could find them. They would definitely fit. I mean, I could probably still do it now. There's a little bit of room there. Let's see if I can get one to. Probably not. Yeah, a 2mm would work. Exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, I've got some stuff blue tacked now, but it does drop off every now and then. But I might end up magnetizing the ones that have the options to be magnetized. It's a smarter idea to do it prior. Definitely prior to painting though. Before painting? Prior. Yeah. Raid Boss Codex, thank you very much for the follow. We were just talking about Clan Escher as well. Clan Escher and your cheap las guns. Your 5 credit las guns. Pretty good. Yeah, oh, always want some lasgun girls. Yeah, definitely. Like your regular gang, I don't know what your regular gang member's called, but a 4+ ballistic skill with a 18-inch short range modifier. It's pretty accurate. Not to mention if you can get an aim in. You got that action point for an extra aim. Very accurate. what are we going to do? Maybe we start highlighting stuff. Let's start highlighting the... Let's do the teal. Well. 18 months. That means that's our 18 months live streaming on Twitch. If you've subbed now, the first of the Twitch subbers. Doesn't feel that long? Nah. It's weird. I was talking about it the other day with one of the jobs I had to do. We had a electrician turn up, and the electrician worked for the same company background Mike works for. And he was like, "Oh, Mike said to say hello, or told me to say hello." And I was like, "Yeah, man." And then I gave him, because he was chatting about Mike, so I gave him a little backstory of Mike and how Mike was the one that gave me the initial push to do the content creation stuff. And then I was like, "Yeah, man, we went to like DreamHack," and that was last year. That actually feels longer. DreamHack actually feels longer. And then I said to this guy, Josh, I was like, I bet you he didn't tell you that he's on like 30 episodes of a podcast. I was like, bring that up with him. How's this today? I was meant to, after we finished our first job, I had to call the next client and chat to them and be like, "Oh, our ETA is X, Y, Z, whatever." And we just finished up the job, and the person's name was Sam. Getting his co-workers, yeah, get him to see him on the potty, yeah. So the person I was meant to contact, their name was Sam. So we were packing up and I was getting ready to call Sam, and I actually got a phone call from a mobile number I didn't have, and I was like, "Oh, this is probably the person calling to see where we are." So I answer and they say their name is Sam, and I was like, "Oh yeah, hold up, let me just put it in the GPS and I'll get you an ETA." And then they hung up on me when I had it on loudspeaker, and I was like, "That's really rude." Maybe they're like, maybe they're just wanting to not hang around and wait for us or something, because they wouldn't pick up when I called them, and I called them multiple times. I'm like, what's going on here? Anyway, turns out that was actually just a scam caller, and they were using the name Sam. I wasn't even the person I was meant to talk to anyway. So I scammed the scammer, and they hung up on me. Never had a scammer hang up on me. Pretty funny. They thought I was going to hunt down. Maybe. I don't know. Tracing the number from my Jeep. Yeah, imagine. If you're not busy, you like to waste scammers' time. Yeah, I sort of forget to. I feel like I should do the same. I saw one on TikTok where a lady, the guy was asking for a lady's credit card number for something, and she put on a car crash sound in the background, and she's like, "Oh, I've just been in an accident." I was like, and she's like, "I need you to call an ambulance." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, quickly give me your credit card number first though." You tell them you're homeless. I did 2 expeditions. I did 2 expeditions before stream, Martin. So they've changed the rotation. It is now Sentient Pest and Dark Drift Night. And I did a regular Sentient Pest, and I was playing as Wilder, and I ended up getting Geezer's Wheel, and oh my god, I minced stuff. It was like what we did last night. It was crazy. Man, it was nuts. I want to try and get one of the or both of the multi-hit talisman and see what it does with that, or Lord of Blood's Exaltation. The other thing I did, which was pretty nuts, was I got the blood on weapon when HP is low, and you can get that when you crit an enemy. And I got blood on the Geezer's Wheel, and it already has bleed on it. So you can imagine what that was doing. I need to look it up tonight too before we run an expedition. I think Geezer's Wheel affects your HP somehow, because I had a huge HP bar. It was massive, and I only got two HP perks on Wilder, so it should the HP bar shouldn't have been as large as it was. There has to be a unique thing on that. Unless it was something else, I'm not sure. I had a heap of HP though. And then I did a Dark Drift Night, as Iron Eye. And I got an Albanuric lightning bow from the start. Like the first lightning camp we did, and it had rain of arrows on it. And I was just like, I'm set. I'm set. And that was against Dark Drift. All right, guys, in around half an hour's time, we're going to do the live stream community showcase. What that means is if you upload into the thread on our Discord, which is called the live stream community showcase, we're going to show people what you're working on, hobby related. Doesn't have to be Warhammer. Could be any tabletop. Could be doing a cosplay. Anything hobby related. Ideally tabletop, but you might be doing a Saar cosplay. That would actually be sick. That would actually be really, really cool. That's the hard part about Necromunda models. They're tiny. Necromunda models are tiny. All right, we will move on to doing the second edge highlight. But before we do that, we'll add a shade to the hands. The shade is purple. We use purple because Vansar are getting irradiated by their technology, so they're not physically the fittest humans. So I think the really sort of pale skin just works very well with the armor colors. So we get a very small amount of Xerius purple. think that's about right. About to find out. That's a little bit strong, but for the hands, it's not a tremendous issue. If it was a face, then I would be a little bit more concerned. I played with a Duchess 2 times in a row. And 2 times in a row, I found the Glintstone Chris. I never find the Glintstone Chris when I'm playing as the Duchess. Alright, it's good. It's good. Let's do this secondary edge highlights of the teal now. So we just go up the Incubi, Cabalite, Cyberite range. Our base is a mixture of Incubi Darkness and Cabalite Green. Our recess shade is a mixture of Incubi Darkness and Abaddon Black. Our first highlight is Cabalite Green, and our second highlight is Cyberite Green. And then we do a dot highlight of Gauze Blaster. Gauze Blaster or Gauss? I think I ask that all the time. It's Gauze, isn't it? Caribouval, how are we doing? I don't want this to be that thin. So when you're doing heavy metal edge highlights, you actually don't want the paint to be super, super thin because you want it to cover. You want it to flow good though. So you want to add a little bit of water. Way too much. It's probably a little bit too runny actually. Touch too runny. How's it taste? Not as good as Screaming Pink. Now it's not running as much as I want it to. I do use a wet palette. Yep. Marvin will be proud of me. It's nice and wet. These are little mini BFG wet palettes. Because you don't always need a big ass wet palette. Get a larger one. And you only use the bottom third of it. Yeah, look, I've got a red grass one, the regular size one. It's basically twice the size of that. And it's a good size, but when we do our painting classes, we run in-person paint classes. We're not using a heap of different colors. You know, there's only maybe 10 max. So it's really good. It's really good for that. Paint dries so fast on your regular palette. It's just a good size if you're stuck for space, because you don't always need that big ass palette. I've been trying to get Marvin to put them on our website. No, I haven't, but we should. Wink, wink. Burnsy, you're going to be watching all of this. We'll be painting for like another hour. We'll be painting for another hour, so Hopefully you'll hang around for an hour. 4 a.m. Yeah, dude. Off. Don't even hashtag lurk, brother. Go to bed. Thank you very much for the raid. How's Spoon staying up till 4 a.m. hobbying? That's wild. These little edge highlights on the inside, pretty annoying. Gosh, you remember this when I was the Sour Patch Army? What's the Sour Patch Army, Burnsy? Like the Skittles Army, maybe. Oh, I used to have Sour Patch Army, and you'd watch these lives. Got ya. Got what you're saying now. That makes way more sense. Well, we've been back on TikTok for I don't know, 4 months, maybe a bit longer. It's struggle street over on TikTok. The algorithm doesn't like us. I think because I'm not using their platform, they like it, the way they like us to use their platform. But it is what it is. And then we sort of self-sabotage the stream a little bit on Twitch and YouTube by playing so much Night Rain. People come to the stream for painting, they don't come for Night Rain, so... We keep Night Rain off stream now. Excited for the announcements later today. Didn't even know there were announcements later on today. We got some more Warhammer goodness coming out, do we? Big summer preview. Okay. Well, if it's the salamanders, which they've teased before, I'll have to get my booty into gear and get the audio done for that. Most definitely want to try and ride that salamander wave, because the last couple of ultimate guides we've made, I mean, they're doing okay, but they're not doing fantastic. They'll be hopefully evergreen type of tutorials though. Whenever people search, you hope it's a Sally's. I think Deathwatch are going to get stuff. Well, we've got a Deathwatch tutorial. Control your paint, my guy. You tried the method for the hazard stripes and worked great. Absolutely love to hear it, Mike. We finished this base off as well. I matte varnished it. You can see it's got that real nice matte finish on the lip and the top as well. And we just did some simple metallics. Not even going to highlight them back up. That's how they're going to stay. You're going to add a step or two. Interesting, interesting. They are, yeah. It's all the prep work. It's all the prep work. Buddha, my dude. You're on a little bit late. What's happening, man? How goes the Reboot base? Reboot Gilliman. Progress is progress, brother. I like how you're doing the base first before painting him. And not having a mini hairdryer, brother, just go to Kmart. Just go to Kmart. I mean, you could get a heat gun and just set it on super, super low. But I feel like a hairdryer is a bit safer. Just be aware you can still melt models with a hairdryer though, Buddha. I've done it before. If you leave it on high, directly on the model, you could end up warping some stuff, so just be wary of that. "10 minutes, guys. We'll do the live stream community showcase. So get your posts in that thread and we'll show off your work to everyone else." Blends in with the sand too much. Yeah, so the sand is the same as mine. Correct? Like my Blood Angel stuff, like a yellowy sand. Okay, then you need to... Burnsy, thank you very much for the gifts on TikTok. Appreciate it. Then you need to go down the route of doing just white skulls. Or you could do like Rakath with Pallid and a little bit of white. That would work really good. So it would be more like this here. So the bone would be closer to that. It's, yeah, sort of Rakath palette. This is the Tooth and Coats version of it, but it's the same color. Look at him, he's just a little guy compared to this guy. He's just a little guy. Dude, this actually gives you a good idea of how big a Goliath stimmer is. No wonder when someone gets charged by a Goliath stimmer, they don't live. Because he's a big boy. Do I even have a drink? I can't remember. So Yo, Tynan with 16 months sub. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the continued support. So, Buddha, I would go Rakath base. Stimmers are OP. Stimmers are very, very good. I would go Rakath base, Pallid Witch Flesh base over the whole lot. Then I would do a thinned wash of like Gilliman Flesh or what's the Flesh Shade called? Reichland Flesh Shade. Thin either of those down. Layer back up with some Pallid Witch Flesh and then add some white to your Pallid Witch Flesh for the highlights of the skull. And then that way it should stand out a bit better. Yeah, Goliath Stimmers are very good. Very, very good. Yo, Lothar, how you doing, man? Message me, Buddha, about the recipe. I'll send it to you. You. Okay, let's mix up some primary edge highlight for the grey armor. That was we're rising up. Always check your recipe book. Abaddon Black, Demonette Hide. All right, we got 2 parts Abaddon Black, 1 part Demonette Hide. This is a subtle primary edge highlight. I think I do 3 edge highlights for this. If I do that, it's crazy shit. No, we just do 2. Yep. Excuse me. Thank you, Buddha. All right, let's check out the Discord. We'll see what you guys have been working on. Then we'll jump back into some painting for another half an hour. All right, we've got 2 updates in the live stream. So Tynan's added some weathering to, well, he's painting some Necromunda too. He's painting his Iron Head Prospectors. Not looking forward to rolling dice against them. I feel like even though I'm playing Van Saar, they're going to outshoot me. Definitely out-combat me. And funnily enough, even though these guys have got real short legs, like myself. They move 4 inches on the tabletop. Van Saar have regular sized legs, but they only move 4 inches as well because they're just not fast. And Buddha is working on his base for his Rebute Guilliman, which I'm looking forward to seeing. It's going to be cool. This is this your first comp piece you're working on, Buddha? I didn't realize it had so much stuff on the base, like all of this. It's his first ever model for a painting competition. It's going to be Rebute. Pretty cool model. Pretty cool model for your first ever painting comp. Yeah, I thought it was just some braziers and a Chaos Legionary. I didn't realize it had the cabling and the wrench. I didn't realize there's a wrench on there either. What's he doing with that wrench? I think we'll start that Dominion. Oh, I need to do a base for him. That's the annoying part. I suppose I could just do it. I could probably do it after. I think I'm going to start Dominion Zephon tomorrow. Oh, you're going to do a base on a base. That's a cool idea. You made a kit bashed Fire Strike servo turret. Is that that's the one the Tech Marine sits in, correct? It's the new 40k one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The was it a Thunderfire cannon, the other one? Just remove the paint and start again. What are we removing the paint in? On my stuff. Ain't no way. That's cool. What bits did you use for the kit? I'm assuming the regular Tech Marine, because that's a sick model. All right, I'm just going to go to the little boys' room and be back, and we'll add the second edge highlight to the grey armor, which is also another mixture. It's like another lavender and a grey. So I'll be back in a sec. Yo, Fran, what's happening? How we doing? So this is a different weapon. We finished. Here, I'm gonna blue tack him on. We'll blue tack him on this base. Look at the knife go. I don't know what a knife is. Tower Riptide autocannon. Yeah, it makes sense. That's a lot of bits. That is a lot of bits. You were watching it yesterday? Dude, they're easy to do. They're easy to do. Nah, airbrush definitely helps out a bunch. Airbrush definitely helps out a heap. But like I said, mine's the beginner one, right? Super intro. Yeah, we've got a Discord, so there's heaps of different threads in our Discord. We've got one which is called the live stream showcase. That's for people that are joining me on the lives. We show it off once every night. And then we've got a heap of threads where you can put it for whatever category it is. But if you want to put it in the live stream one, I'll bring it up on stream now. And I was going to mix this color. So put it in the live stream showcase thread. Warp Fiend, I think. Warp Fiend Dawns. I cannot pronounce. I cannot pronounce your name at all. Duim Gesicht. Duim Gesicht? Anyway, phenomenal looking Kriegsman. Super cool Kriegsman. I get ZD Rogue I can do. That a bit harder. That's sick. That's super cool. Very cool idea. I love this too. These. What are they Caradron Overlord rockets? Is that what they are? Akita, more hoplites. Okay, so now the picks are coming in. Dwarf gyrocopter, got ya. Yeah, hoplites are sick. Everyone struggles a bit. Yeah. Oh, bro. I get stitched up on Twitch, I tell ya. The names. I know Marvin has a laugh at it. Yeah, you can post it. I try, like, so the idea behind this post, this is for everyone that's in chat right now. So this post here is called the Daily Live Stream Showcase. And what we do is once per stream every night, except we're doing it twice now. Once per stream every night, we show it off. So that was about 15 minutes ago. We normally do it. We do it once per stream. You forgot to post earlier. I try and remind people. I do try and remind people. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this heresy? Is he got... Is that heresy? Every day. I stream every day. That is 100% heresy right there. Yeah, I stream every day. I don't know. Did I show that off before? I don't know. Was I showing that off? So we're at Keita's Hoplite, which is sick. There's such cool models. Such cool models. And we've got Rogue's Heresy. This dude's running around with Stormcast Shield, a Tau Drone, Havoc Legs. The Emperor probably would not approve. Every day wind your clock back. Yeah, dude. I don't know what the best way to tell people when the stream starts is. I feel like when I finish the stream, I'm like, wind your clock back 2 hours, that's when the stream starts. I think that's the best way to do it. All right, I don't think we're going to get all of this edge highlighting done, but we'll get a start on it. You like the kit bash? That is very clear. The time difference is hard. Yeah, I understand that. The Australian time to stream is actually not great. Like the time I stream, because I start at 8 p.m. And I could start earlier, but for international people, that doesn't work, right? That's no good. Yeah, it is a pretty rough time zone. What army do I play, Rob? Blood Angels when I play. when I play, and I don't really play. $1,400, 2 p.m. I mean, it's not bad, but like you said, most people are at work, right? And then the other thing is there's tons of painting streamers now, like tons. They're everywhere. We're everywhere. So it's about, I think, finding that person. If you enjoy sort of hobbying and just hanging out, it's finding that type of person that you vibe with a bit more, or their painting. And the old Battleforge gaming stream isn't the most high energy for the most part. Wait till we start gaming though. Wait till we start rolling dice. Just not going down how I want it to. Where do I get my brushes? So I get mine, for the most part, the brush you'll see me using the most is a Games Workshop brush called the extra small artificer, and you can obviously pick that up at Games Workshop. You can pick it up at most hobby stores. Right now I'm using an Artist Opus 000, which is really small. You don't need to be using something this small when you're doing these edge highlights, but I needed a new artificer brush and I couldn't find one, and I've been using this for a bit, so I'm just going to keep using it. In terms of brushes, like, they're very personal, right? They're very personal. I like the shape of the Artificer brushes more than the shape of Artist Opus brush. So the Artist Opus is a bit more of a, like, just a wedge, like a triangle. Whereas the Artificers are a bit more rounded, but they still have a really nice tip on them. And I find the Artificer has got a firmer bristle, and I really like the firmer bristle, but brushes are very personal. Regardless of what brush you use though, get yourself some brush soap and just look after it, because they can last a good amount of time provided you look after them. Always have clean water in your water pot. Use brush soap after every hobby session. I forget a lot, but I'm going to try and get you guys to remember. And just know that brushes do have a lifetime, right? They don't last forever. So if you are doing heavy metal and you feel like the tip on your brush isn't giving you the best edge highlight anymore, it might be time to buy a new one and just use that brush for other stuff like base coating, small detail, things like that. I don't think they're that much better, dude. No. I got them on Kickstarter when they came out because I don't know if anyone remembers when Artist Opus came out. I don't know if they were giving artists free brushes or what was going on, but there was a heap of the big dudes like Richard Gray. I don't know if maybe he's part of the business, but there was a lot of them pushing the Artist Opus brushes. And I don't like. I really like Games Workshop's brush, the Artificer. So, and heaps of people rave about like Kolinsky brushes. It's all very personal. You have Vallejo. You have Vallejo decal fix. How do you do decals? Yes, okay. You want a product called Microsol or Decal Softener. So I believe Vallejo Decal Fix might help it set better, but it might. I don't think it will soften the decal and make it wrap around the shoulder pad. So that's what Microsol is for. You want a decal softener. It says it right there. Setting solution for decals, softens decals to conform to irregular surfaces for a painted on look. But I also varnish over the top. Oh, their dry brushes are very good too. I will say that the Artist Opus dry brushes are very good, but a lot of those rounded, a lot of these rounded tip dry brushes, like they're all very similar. They're all very similar. Can you get a screenshot of this? It's on my oh no, I haven't uploaded it yet. Yeah. Yeah. Screenshot of that. I was trying to hold it still. Gravis is sick. It just has so many more edges on it. Oh, you want a screenshot of that. Sorry. Not the model. My bad. You need to, I don't think you need to improve your painting, Riley. I think if you want to improve your painting, you will. The more you paint, just naturally you'll improve. You'll learn how to thin paints better. You'll just get more brush control. I don't think need is a thing. Can you see the boy with the bone armor? Yeah, yeah. Why ain't no one talking about the flawless host? And on that note, guys, actually on that note, after we show off some models, we are going to finish up there. And like we were saying before, like Marvin was saying before, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time every day, 8 p.m. Australian Standard Time. Wind your clock back 2 hours. That's when the stream starts. Every day. If you are part of the Discord and there's a random day where I can't turn up, like I've got a Tinder date, as if, or I'm going out for dinner with my mum. That's probably more likely. Then I'll put it in the announcements. Other than that, enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your night. And I'll catch you tomorrow. See you guys.